Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Yeah, coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show.
What up? What up? What up? It is the Cletus Cassidy Show. That's what the song say, but it's see you in the morning is what it is. Now I'm seeing y'all in the morning. Y'all are seeing me in the morning. Different vibe today. I am off to speak to the CTE teachers at Newport News Public Schools. They've hired me to come in and motivate the teachers. So if test scores are down in Newport News this year, that was me. That was me. So shout out. If the test scores go up this year, that's all on the teachers. If test scores go down this year, that's your boy. That's me. So I'm doing the show from the interstate this morning. No traffic so far, rolling smooth. So we'll hope all that stays up. So if I'm not paying attention to y'all comments today, it's not anything that y'all have done. It's just that it's probably not safe for me to just be reading the comments instead of doing the show. So I'm going to start off, man, with my normal, man. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to see you in the morning. It is my horrible idea to get up around 7:15-ish on every day and give y'all just a piece of who I am and what I've got going on in my life. I am, of course, your host, Cletus Cassidy. If this is your first time hearing this, you're about to experience something so cold. If you've watched this show before and you found it not robbery to come back and watch again, man, I thank you. Because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. First thing I do in the morning is I speak to everybody. If I ain't sleeping with you, I'm speaking with you. I'm going to try to go ahead and give out the medals this morning for the first three to speak. Coming in third this morning, winning the bronze medal, is Denzel. Don't call me Washington Glover. So good morning, Denzel. How are you today, sir? Crystal Tasty Pinel's winning the silver medal. And this morning, winning the gold is Tamika Riddick. So good morning, Tamika. Good morning to you for winning. Also, T. Mitchell's in the building. Franita, Dolores, Michelle, Wilberta. My cousin Monica's in the building. Crystal Sex Appeal. Lazaria, Calvin Hill. James, His Will Hayes. James, is your license plate His Will? Because if it is, I seen your car yesterday. I didn't see you, but I seen your car. If it's not, then you need to go and steal whoever's car has the His Will license plates so that you can get those. Good morning, Natasha, Wilberta, Catherine Kitty Smith, good morning. I haven't seen you in the chat, so good morning to you. The Bishop Calvin J. Hill, Princess Wilkes, Marche, Trouble Copeland. She's in the building. Everybody's in here. Good morning, Tam. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Kim Cat Thomas Jones is in the building. Lazaria, grateful from New Orleans. Good morning. So I'm just generalizing. My man Lawrence Stokes, man. Y'all shout out. Listen. Big shout outs to my man Lawrence Stokes. Now, Lawrence is a fantastic DJ. Now, he only goes by his name, which really throws me off. I really feel like DJs should have a DJ name. He don't have no DJ name. He just be Lawrence. That's just his name. He be like, who the DJ? Lawrence. And that throws you off a little bit because you just think when you say DJ, the DJ is just Lawrence. It's just somebody that y'all found that morning. Like if you go to an event and they be like, who's the DJ? He be like, Lawrence. They be like, no, who the DJ? He be like, Lawrence. And then you'll be like, oh, no, that ain't good because that's just a guy that they got out the yellow pages. But Lawrence is actually an amazing DJ. He's great. He's very small. He's a small man with not he's wide, but not tall. But he gets out there, man, and he plays those records. If you ever need to get your party jumping, Lawrence Stokes is the man to do so. Now, he is the house DJ at a wonderful facility over in Hampton called Noir. It's owned by the owners of Mango. Mango is a group of black ladies out there doing it big. When I tell you, these ladies is getting it done. I'm going to have them on the show one day so we can talk about them. They own like 8 businesses. They got books coming out. They feeding hungry children in Africa. There's a lot happening over there, man. So he's the house DJ over there. If you ever get a chance, you see a party going on at Noir, N-O-I-R. It's French for black. If you ever see a party going on over there, Lawrence is your guy. He's your DJ. The DJ's name is Lawrence. And ain't gonna be nothing more than that. It's just Lawrence. So y'all deal with that. I'm trying to get all the business out the way before I start my foolishness. So if my foolishness is short, y'all won't be mad. Don't forget WTKR, News Channel 3. Coast Comedy Live is a competition. I'm in competition against a lady, and I'm going to tell y'all right now, never have I seen a white woman beat a black man in this way. She is beating the tar out of me. Right now, I'm losing the vote about 66-33. Listen, I know exactly how they felt when Trump won. You know how you walk in and you feel like you're going to do good, you're going to win this thing, this is all you? No, sir. This vote has taken a turn. I am being destroyed. I'm being beat so much. I'm getting text messages asking, does the voting actually work? Good morning, La Shaunda. That's what people have been like, hey, man, I don't think the voting is working. Like, I voted and the numbers ain't changed. So today, for those of you who are concerned about there's something being wrong with the voting, they are going to go and look and make sure the voting is working right. If the voting is not working right, I'll let y'all know. Natasha said it won't let me vote. Some people, so I've experienced some problems from people with the voting. So we'll see what happens. Maybe they only let the first 10 people vote, and she won in the 10 people. Who knows? So we'll find out how that goes on. Courtney said, I still don't understand how she's winning. I don't understand how she's winning like that. I can understand if I was losing like 51-49, but she is dogging me. You feel? I now know how it feels to be a Dallas Cowboy player. Because I am being defended. I am being offended. And she won't that funny. Well, she was funny. Now, funny, of course, is subjective. What some may find funny, others may not find funny. What some people may find terrible. Some people may think is the most, and now I'm in traffic. Some people may think it's the most hilarious thing they've ever heard. I can't ever, comedy is subjective. That's why I hate seeing when people post up, who's a comedian that you don't like. When I start seeing the whole who's a comedian that you don't like, who's somebody that you're not a fan of, and people put certain people's names and they say they're not funny, it's not funny to you. Your circumstances, where you are, is what makes you funny. So since we're here, it's a Talk About It Tuesday. Let's talk about comedians you like and you dislike. Comedians you like and you dislike. Let's go from two areas. Who's a comedian that everybody seems to like, but you can't stand? Who's that comedian that everybody seems to like, but you be like, nah, man, I can't stand them. I respect everybody because they my coworkers. That's just like chefs. Chefs don't be like, is another chef that they can't stand. I don't think Wolfgang Puck hates Boyardee. La Shauna says she don't like Chris Rock. Monica doesn't like David Chappelle. Michelle McKinley doesn't like Michael Epps. It's crazy. All these people I've worked with except for Chris Rock. Deion Cole, Stephen Harvey. Chris Rock. The fact that y'all are saying Chris Rock and David Chappelle are hilarious to me. I love both of them. For a long time, Christopher Rock was my favorite comedian. He was my favorite comedian for a long time. D.L. Hughley. That's interesting. Okay, well, let's flip it then. Who's somebody who y'all don't, and you can't use me because we all universally know that y'all at least tolerate me. because y'all watch my show. Who's somebody who you know as a comedian, but you think they should be getting way more attention? My screen goes off because I'm in a tunnel. Who's the comedian that you say to yourself, man, why aren't they famous right now? They should be at the top of the game, but nobody pays attention to them. It's just I gotta block everybody who said Dave Chappelle. T. Mitchell said Chris Rock is not funny. Chris Rock, I said we can't use me, Courtney. I'm not gonna be part of this. It's not for self-gratification. This for me. I'm gonna tell y'all, me personally, if you were to let me choose a comedian to be at the top of the game, to be par excellence, to be this is the guy, I would probably say Tony Baker. I'm a huge fan, not just because Tony's my friend, but Tony Baker is hilarious. Tony is a genius. He will animal voiceovers. If you actually see Tony on stage, he's phenomenal on stage. Even some other members of the crew of people that I hang with. Tahir Moore is amazing. Kev on stage, it's a lot. I do. I get on stage sometimes. You know, one of the hardest parts. Now listen, as much as y'all think comedy is, being a comedian ain't funny. Being a comedian, sometimes it ain't funny. It's a funny business. I give you that. It's some strange acting characters in comedy. A lot of the people who are what you would call OGs in comedy, people who are OGs in comedy, who are at the top of the game in comedy, are so afraid to lose their positions at the top of the game. They so scared that they gonna lose their spot that a lot of these cats are real selfish. You'll see a lot of cats that don't want to work with anybody that they feel like might be better than them. Like, that's mediocre comics. To be fair, mediocre comics can work a lot more. Mediocre and bad comics get to work a lot more in the comedy business than really good comics. A lot of people look at comedy and you'll see. So, for example, people will be like, a lot of people ask me a lot, whenever a big show comes to town, let me just be honest. Let me just explain why it is. A lot of times people ask me when a big show comes to town, they're like, are you opening for such and such? Are you opening for such and so? And it's just generally not going to happen. Because a lot of those cats will never have somebody come on that may or may not upstage them. It takes rare talents, rare individuals that have the ability to not care. Just like I got a good friend, a comedian named Antoine Scott. If you've never listened to Antoine Scott is hilarious. Great comic. I put Antoine on any of my shows, and I don't care if Antoine does better than me. People will come out and see Antoine, and they prefer Antoine over me, and I'm okay with that. Because Antoine is phenomenal. And I don't feel like me boosting Antoine up is going to stop me in any way. I don't understand why comedians can't get it in their head that if all of us work together, we can all do better. Back in the day, when Keenan Ivory Wayans and all those guys was doing it and they was just trying to make it, those dudes all worked together. Oh, every last one of those Negroes was together. Keenan Ivory Wayans produced Eddie Murphy's Raw. He produced it. He produced Eddie Murphy's Raw. He got together and said, hey man, you gonna be good, I can be good. A raised tide, a high tide raises. Reported ahead on Oh, okay, thank you. A raised tide. Oh no, wait, I lost myself. I don't know where I am anymore. I don't know if I'm here still. My fault. I guess they told me there was a speed check ahead, and my phone got nervous and cut y'all off. So that there's so much to it. I think that if we all work together, and that's something that I think that everybody in life can do. If so many more of us work together, things will be great. I've said this before, and I always get in trouble, and the preachers look at me crazy. We should not have 4,000 We should not have 4,000 storefront churches. The In Living Color crew all work together, and look at how all of them ended up being better. We shouldn't have 4,000 storefront churches. We just shouldn't. Some of y'all need to give it up. Some of y'all need to go ahead and let that church go. It 8 or 7 members. Your cousins can come to the next church with you. Your cousin come to the next church with you, and here's what happened. All y'all come together, you're going to be able to pool resources, you're going to be able to pool people, but everybody's afraid to not be the head deacon no more. Everybody feel like if they go over to big church on the hill, they're not going to be head deacon no more. What? You want to be the head of the trustee board. But it don't matter if you head of the trustee board if you ain't counting but $13 a Sunday. If y'all getting $13 a Sunday, move on. Y'all working the poor pastor to death. He got 6 jobs and he got to preach every Sunday. Y'all doing too much. If we start to work together, we can get somewhere. Could you imagine that some jobs it may not take, everybody working together might not be the best. I used to think if hairstylists all came together, barbers, but you realize everybody ain't ready for that. But when you start putting all the hairstylists together, tell you what's gonna happen. You're gonna realize who really can do a French roll and who can't. You're gonna realize. Now, before y'all go saying that I don't like small churches, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that at all. Some of the storefront churches can merge. Y'all listen to what I'm saying. I ain't saying that we got to get rid of all of them and be one mega church. I'm not saying that at all. But if you got 17 storefront churches next to each other, each of them got 3 people, why don't y'all just come together and be a church of 51? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Sometimes you got to realize you ain't got to stand by yourself. Now, the problem with church is you want to be a pastor so bad, and when your pastor won't let you pastorate, then you go quit. Because your pastor won't let you pastor, so you go quit, and you start your own church. With no vision, no idea how to put a church together, you just want to preach. Imagine if they did that in the NFL and the NBA. Imagine if every time LeBron James got mad, he just go start his own team. You be like, you know what? I don't like it here with the Lakers. I'm going to Saskatchewan, and I'm taking 8 guys with me, and we're gonna be a team now. It'll be 4,066 teams in the NFL or the NBA. Y'all look at the roof. The phone fell. Had to hit on the brakes. Somebody don't know how to drive on the interstate. Comedy, if you work together. In a lot of these fields, if you work together. Music, man, can you imagine what'll happen if some of these groups start working together? Musically. Because, hey, we'll get rid of a lot of the garbage. Some of the garbage music that we got now will be gone. A lot of it will be gone. Because everybody decided to work together. Earth, Wind, and Fire work with the Isley Brothers. What if Beyonce and what's the pretty girl, Rihanna? What if Beyonce and Rihanna work together? Man, they blow the world up. The internet could not handle a Beyonce and Rihanna album. If Rihanna's Navy and the Beehive came together, man. And then people always act like it's a spirit of competition. There is a spirit of competition. Let me explain that while I'm on my way to go speak to these teachers. Let me tell you this. Competition is not a bad thing. Y'all always be like, why we got to compete? Because somebody's got to be better than everybody else. But there's negative spirits of competition and there's positive spirits of competition. Iron sharpens iron. If I'm going to keep trying to get better, if I keep pushing myself so I can be better, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, the problem is when you compete and you trying to do all kinds of dirty stuff and treat people bad. Now, that's wrong. But If I look at my friend that's a comedian, and I be like, you know what? I'm going to try to be better than them. It ain't nothing wrong with it. Let me push myself to keep getting better. Then I'm going to keep getting better. Then they going to keep getting better. Everybody gets better. Competition is not a bad word. There's a lot of bad words to start with C, but not competition. Competition is great. Compromise. That's another C word that people think is bad. It's not that bad. Colonoscopy, bad C word. See where we're going with this? Colonoscopy is a bad C word. Uh-oh, you're ready to race this truck beside me. You want a potato chip truck? You want this smoke? It's a V8 right here, cuz. $16,000 every time I gotta fill my tank. You don't know nothing about it. Let's talk about it Tuesday. I'm getting ready to get off so I can figure out where I'm going. I'm going to be the Newport News CTE teachers. CTE is a rather new concept in schools, but it's a rather old concept in schools. CTE is now what shop class used to be. CTE is the programs that they're putting in all our public school systems, which I think are extremely needed, and I think they are great programs, because every kid that goes to school ain't finna be a scholar. You know little nut can't count. You already know he can't count. You know reading is not something he does well. That little boy struggles every day. You got to write front and back on his drawers so that he'll know how to put his pants on the right way. You got to write PP and butt in his drawers so he know which way to put them on. You know that boy ain't finna go to nobody's college. He ain't about to be nobody's professor. And that's fine. But you know what he can do? He can put Legos together in the best way ever. Man, that dude gonna be an amazing construction worker. He might do some amazing things. Put that boy in that CTE program. It ain't got nothing about concussions. The CTE programs in these schools are amazing. These kids are learning how to be beauticians and barbers. They're learning how to work film and music production. And now little nothing that ain't got to worry about it. Little nothing that got a job now. A lot of these kids going straight out of high school into college. They're going into apprenticeship programs. They're working at a shipyard. And guess what they doing? Making a lot of money. Meanwhile, a lot of these kids go to college for 17, 18 years. Still can't figure it out. We got to do what's best for these children. I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of doing what's best for the children. Trying to let this person get old. Oh, that means somebody's going to jail. Anytime you see two state troopers and nobody in the vehicle, somebody's going to jail. So I'm getting ready to go and teach these kids on the Taco-bout it Tuesday. I'm leaving y'all with simply this. Vote for me. Stop letting that white lady beat up on me like that. And it ain't just because she's a white lady, because I don't even think she's all white. I think she may also be of Spanish descent too. So she's Spanglish. But y'all stop letting that lady beat me like this. The last time I got beat like this is because I stole something out my mama's purse. Y'all stop it. Stop letting me get beat on. Y'all go to the WTKR. It's on my page. I'm going to share it again today. Y'all go and keep sharing it. And if I'm not winning by Thursday, we marching on the station. If I ain't winning by Thursday, we are organizing a march. We're going down to that station, and we figuring out why I ain't winning. I'm telling y'all that now. Share the show with somebody. Tomorrow, of course, is the nasty day, so y'all be on for that. Thursday, we got a great topic. My girl Malira Green is coming back, and I'm also bringing a couple on, and we finna talk about love and death. We're going to talk about love and death. We're doing that together. We're not going to die while in love, but we're going to talk about the two of those. And yeah, that's that. Big shout out to my son. Today is his official first day of school. I thought yesterday was the first day of school, so I had started drinking early. I started getting drunk yesterday. But it wasn't the first day of school. It was just orientation. But today is the official first day of school. they having a little lunch breakfast called the boo-hoo woo-hoo lunch. They say some of the parents are gonna be saying boo-hoo, some of the parents are gonna be saying woo-hoo. So they having that for the kids. So shout out to my son. He's starting the 7th grade. He's going to Catholic school. And the answer is no, I'm not Catholic. Not even close to Catholic. I have absolutely no Catholicism in me. But he's going to a Catholic school. So I'm gonna keep my eye on him. Because, Catholic school. Catholic Catholicism. So shout outs to him, man. Hope he has an amazing year. I already told him. I texted him this morning. Told him to have a fantastic day. He's gonna have a great year. They have Chick-fil-A on Tuesday, so I already know he's gonna get straight A's just for the lay. The things that we'll do for the lay. Chick-fil-A, that is. That should be a marketing. What will you do for the lay? What will you do to get laid? But Chick-fil-A can't do it because, Jesus. But if they didn't believe in Jesus at Chick-fil-A, that should be their slogan. What would you do to get laid? The Klondike bars, they work, but what would you do to get laid? What would you do to get laid? That's Chick-fil-A's new slogan. All right, I'm out. I'm over here deep in Newport News. I got to go to Denby High School, which is on Warwick Boulevard, which is weird because they have a school called Warwick. It would seem like Denby High School would be on Denby Boulevard, but we'll figure it out. All right, y'all. I'm out. Have an amazing Tuesday. Tomorrow's Marche's Day. We're going to talk about sex, baby. Just talk about you and you, because I don't have no sex. I'm a virgin. That's so true. Oh, that's your alma mater, Chuck, and I'm going to tell them I know you when I roll up in there. We're like, yo, Chuck and went here. And they're going to be like, oh, man, she's an distinguished alumni. All right, we out. Until tomorrow. One love.